So this is the reason you need to become a morning person to be successful. Well, starting off, the difference between morning people and night people is when you're a night person, yeah, you go out, you have a good time, or you're constantly on the computer all the time. But in reality, you're not really with the same rhythm as successful people. Now, there are notable exceptions, but the general rule is if you're up early in the morning, most of your energy and most of your productivity is going to be in the first 4 hours after you wake up. I mean, the scientific studies that have proven this. You just feel more fresh and energetic and more focused, and you have more clarity. When you get to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, if you're working a 9 to 5, for example, you're going to be totally distracted. You're going to be watching the clock. You're going to be waiting second by second until the last minute, and then you can go home and relax and just switch off and unwind. And that's a healthy thing. That's a good thing. I think the good thing about being a morning person is you have a routine. Now, that sounds boring and predictable, but that's a good thing. That's a positive. So if you have regular, dependable results, that means you can plan ahead long term. And if you're making regular improvements, then slowly, gradually, you're going to get better at what you're doing. And you know what? You won't get a full rest. You won't get your 8 hours every day. And that's okay. Like, these exceptions happen. But as long as you try and make an effort to get your 8 hours sleep at a regular basis, then you're going to have improvements. And it will have an immediate impact as well as a long-term impact, because you're going to be feeling less fatigued, less exhausted, and you're going to have more control of your own life. So how do you actually become a morning person? Now, it may sound like a cliche, but you set an alarm and you think, oh, I'll set an alarm to wake up. No, you set an alarm to go to bed. So let's just take 10 till 6 as your example. You're setting an alarm at 9:30 and you set an alarm at 10 o'clock. The 9:30 is saying, okay, now it's time to start unwinding, relaxing, chilling out, and getting into a good mental state to go to sleep. And your 10 o'clock, lights off, no distractions, and you sit or you lie down and you focus on trying to sleep. Now, if you've got lots of thoughts in your head, the best way to try and clear your head is to, wouldn't say it's meditation, but trying to focus on an idea or an image or a mantra, and that'll kind of push the distractions out of the way, and you're focused on this one thing. Like the old story is counting sheep, for example. You count sheep in your head, you're going to fall asleep. Not because it's boring and monotonous, but because you're focusing on counting, you're focusing on sheep, you're not focusing on the job interview you've got, or you're not focusing on marriage or anything like that. You are focused on going to sleep. And this really helps stop your brain getting distracted by 101 different thoughts. Now, the next thing is remove distractions. So a lot of people, they'll have their phone at the bedside table, they'll have a tablet, or they'll have a TV in the bedroom. Just get rid of it. Cold turkey. Put it outside the room. You can switch your phone off if it's going to set an alarm that's going to wake you up. But generally speaking, if you've got something there that can distract you within arm's reach, you're going to get distracted. You're going to give in to temptation. So just cut it out altogether. Now, the next thing, you can substitute these screens with something like a book. Now, you think, oh, books are boring. Yeah, that's a good thing. Boring means it's going to put you to sleep. And you're going to gradually improve your knowledge as well, because if you're reading different books every time, then you're going to work at something and improve it. It's not about an immediate effect. This is a long-term thing. Now, the next thing, no coffee, no alcohol. Well, I would say drink coffee in the morning. That's fine, no problem. But if you hit 3 p.m. and you're still drinking coffee, then that caffeine is going to stay in your system and it's going to keep going until you're going to get to bed and you're not going to be able to sleep. And same with alcohol. It's a stimulant, it's a depressant. And if you're going out for a night, enjoying a couple of drinks, that's fine, no problem. But don't try and do that and then get up and work the next morning. Now, the next thing is, if you're having trouble actually sleeping, you've got lots of energy, physically exhaust yourself, like going to the gym throughout the day or going for a run, you're going to get so tired that your body is just going to force you to go to sleep. And it doesn't matter how active your mind is, you're going to fall asleep. I mean, that's why the best cure for insomnia is putting on a backpack and running for 8 miles in the army. No one's got insomnia in the army. Now, there's another side of it, which is when you hit your 30s, it's going to get easier to become a morning person, because if you're in your 20s or a teenager, then you've got chemicals rushing around your body and you're just not going to have the patience or energy to sleep. But setting up the routine is definitely going to be an investment. The sooner you start, the more impact it's going to have on the rest of your life. And remember, it's okay to have exceptions as long as you, generally speaking, put yourself into bed at 10 p.m. and get up at 6 p.m. 5 or 6 days a week. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and catch you in the next one. Bye.